So, in between Bernie Sanders fighting for a $15 minimum wage, he decided to go full misogynistic. He decided, by voting for Neera Tanden, it was secretly a ruse, folks. It was secretly a ruse because Bernie Sanders is a misogynist. We all know that, right? Do you know that? Right? Because I do. And so in between all of these forcing the vote and, and all that, he decided to attack women, folks. It is Women's History Month, folks. And he decided to sink her nomination by pledging to vote for her. So, here's Neera Tanden, her official statement. Letter from Neera Tanden to President Biden, withdrawing her nomination. I'm sorry, Dear President Biden, I am writing to you to withdraw my nomination for Director of the Office of Management and Budget. It has been an honor of a lifetime to be considered for this role and for the faith placed in me. I appreciate how hard you and your team at the White House have worked to win my confirmation. Unfortunately, it now seems that there is no path forward to gain confirmation, and I do not want continued consideration of my nomination to be a distraction from your other priorities. I am incredibly grateful for your leadership on behalf of the American people and for your agenda that will make such a transformative difference in people's lives. Sincerely, Neera Tanden. Can you believe it? Bernie Sanders. Yeah, sure, Joe Manchin was the deciding factor, but Bernie fucking Sanders. Bernie fucking Sanders. Look at this. Look at this. Hello, Max? Hello? Hello, Max? Bernie fucking Sanders, folks. What happened to Neera Tanden is appalling. Her nomination was not considered on the basis of her qualifications and leadership, but on her not bending her knee to Bernie Sanders. Oh, and his far-left grievance crew. Her support of Hillary Clinton, and her refusal to be cowed. Shameful. Can you believe it, folks? Bernie Sanders, by voting to confirm, or at least pledging to vote. It wasn't Joe Manchin. Bernie was secretly in a back room, a smoke-filled back room, and he grabbed Joe Manchin's arm, and he was like, listen, Joe, I gotta vote for Neera Tanden. But you can't let this happen, Joe. Right? That's what happened. We all know that that's true. Bernie Sanders, of course, a famed misogynist. Such a famed misogynist that, he advocated for equality on his presidential platform like no level compared to any other of the Democratic contenders, right? So... Anyway, I've got a clip that aged really poorly, so let's watch.
Make the argument. This question, which strikes me, the White House doesn't have 50 votes to confirm Neera Tanden as OMB director, and yet we heard from the White House Chief of Staff say that the White House is they're going to fight our guts out was the phrase he used, to get her confirmed. So why push for that and not push as hard, one could say, for raising the minimum wage? You could make the argument that the American people stand to benefit more from a higher wage than they would from a chosen OMB director.
Well, I think that's mixing a few things kind of irresponsibly, if I'm just being totally honest. I would say on the minimum wage, the president included a raise of the minimum wage in his package because he felt strongly that it's long overdue, that men and women working hard, trying to make ends meet, shouldn't be living at the poverty level. That's why he put it in his package. There is a process that it goes through, a parliamentary process, when it's a reconciliation bill, as you know, but for people who haven't been following.
Right. You know what? This is, impressive. Jen Psaki or whatever. Honestly, I really, don't like being this kind of person, but, like, I'm at the point where she's lying almost as much, if not more, than Kayleigh McEnany. Like, again, oh, yeah, no, we had it in the bill, but there's a parliamentary, thing, and, yeah, the vice president could overrule the parliamentarian, but, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to tell you that there's a parliamentarian. And, the vice president, who's part of the White House, could overrule, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to let you know that, we tried and,
Knowing all the nitty gritty of this.
Right, the nitty gritty.
Because it's a budgetary bill.
Right.
That's why it went through the process. And, again, I would send you to talk to leaders in Congress to see if they have the 50 votes necessary. But regardless, the president, the vice president have made the decision they're not going to move forward with that step. But also, it's not a simple process. It requires two steps.
It requires 2 steps, both of which they have complete 100% executive authority to be able to do so. I don't feel like it. It's like, that episode of SpongeBob where, SpongeBob goes to work for Plankton, and then Plankton teaches SpongeBob, or spoils him, and then he goes back to Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs tells him to fry up a Krabby Patty, and then SpongeBob is like, I don't feel like it. That's basically Kamala Harris.
As it relates to Neera Tanden, she is somebody who has decades of experience.
Decades!
She is qualified.
Decades!
She is prepared to lead the budget team. And we're continuing, of course, to fight for the confirmation of every nominee that the president puts forward. We'll see if we have 50 votes. That's part of the journey. That's part of democracy in action.
Right. It's part of so voting in Georgia to elect 2 Democratic senators from Georgia? That's not democracy. Whatever. $2,000 check, $15. Who cares? Fuck it. Democracy? What? But when it comes to confirming a fucking complete failure of a nominee, all of a sudden, democracy is so important. Oh, democracy. Fuck Jen Psaki. All my homies hate Jen Psaki. Fuck Neera Tanden. All my homies hate Neera Tanden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Kamala Harris. And God bless Bernard Sanders. That is the end of my message. Thank you for listening.